Hello all, welcome to my channel. In this video we will be looking into what are the types of unhelpful thinking pattern a person can have and how could the therapist help them overcome it. So there are about 15 unhelpful thinking patterns in a person. So we will be discussing a few of them. First one is overgeneralization. So here the person's one experience with something would lead to generalizing the same experience to other things that is similar to it. Say for an example, a person sees a policeman bribing a person for letting him go even after he has not followed the signal rules. So here the perception of that person on a policeman would lead to overgeneralizing that all the policemen are like this, even though which is not true. So that is the first one. Second one is mind reading. So mind reading is still related to overgeneralization. So here people think that others are intentionally trying to hurt them, or they say that I can read that he is trying to hurt me. So all of these thoughts might again is very much distorted and unhelpful to a person. Next is catastrophing. Here the person links every instances or situations that he go through to a negative, so eventually they take it to a negative thought. Say a person has failed a test, so his catastrophizing thought would be that as I have failed this test, everyone's going to dislike me, so that I'm going to attempt a suicide. So here again there's a very negative thought that the person is associating with his failure. Next one is personalization. So taking everything personally, even though a person's not talking about them, they feel like they are talking about that person. Like a daughter-in-law thinking that a mother-in-law and a sister-in-law always talking about her behind her. So all of these thoughts are some of the examples of this type of thinking. Next is control. So here it is internal or external. They feel like someone else is they blame on others for their success or failures, or they feel like someone are controlling their thoughts, their behavior and all of that. Next is shoulds and musts. That is thought where the client thinks or the person thinks that they should do whatever they are planned to do by any costs, even if it is not required at that time. Like they should just complete it off and free up from that. And also they expect that someone else should do stuffs for them. Say for an example, a person feels like his wife should cook for him even though she is not well, which is very much disturbing for the people around them. Next is labeling. So here not only the person overgeneralize the situation, but also he labels a person. So say they see a person as flunked in a test, so they overgeneralize that the person is not at all capable of doing anything, and also they might label him as a useless person. So they're labeling him as he is not at all capable of doing anything and everything. Next is thinking. So thinking is the person thinks that he is always right even though if he is not, and he also tries to convince people that he is right. So he can go to extents to prove that he is always right. Next one is control. So this is similar to the type that we saw before, that was control, where they blame others for their negative or positive situations. They don't take credits for themselves. So this is also a kind of unhelpful thinking patterns, because it is very much important to be internally motivated than externally. So the locus of control is very much important here. Internal locus of control is important. And the next one is emotional reasoning, which is we say our gut feeling. So I feel like this is going to happen, or something bad is going to happen in a negative way, so my gut feeling says that I'm going to score less this time. So all of that also is very much unhelpful and distorted thought patterns. And now let's see how could we overcome these thoughts with the help of our therapists. So as this includes thinking patterns, so cognitive therapies and all of this related to thinking plays a very important role. So, by this time, we all know what cognitive therapy or restructuring is. So, it is to correct the negative thought patterns of a person and try to put in the positive thinking patterns in them. And modeling is showing them, enacting and showing them what their problems are, or showing documentaries regarding their problem. It should not be personal, like it has to be neutral. We should not emphasize that the client has this problem in our documentaries and all. It should be neutral, like someone else is feeling that or someone else is going through this, so we can show documentaries indirectly to them. And the other one which is very important is flip model. So in this flip model, it tries to make the client understand what is the source for their problems, or what is that in the roots that is causing problem, or causing this type of thinking patterns in them. So all these are very much helpful in overcoming such negative thoughts. And this was about the video. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to this channel for more interesting topics. Thank you.